Yeah. To all you Hebrews that like to say the Messiah was just a prophet, or he was just a man. He was just a great man like every other prophet, like Moses, Obadiah, Jeremiah, so on and so forth. For all you people that like to sit up there and say that, I like to read something to you from the book of Hebrews. Well, actually, is a letter. This is what a Hebrew named Paul, as y'all all know, some of y'all like to say he was tripping. But Paul, he wrote a letter to the Hebrews. So this is a letter by a Hebrew to the Hebrews. And look at how he explained the Messiah. Or should I say who some of y'all like to call just a great man, just a prophet. Hebrews 2. I'm going to read 16. For truly he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. He took on the seed of Abraham. Now here, if you really sit back and listen and read that slow, he say, for truly he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on the seed of Abraham. He took on it. So what was he before the seed of Abraham? And to show you that he was even greater, not only was he greater than the seed of Abraham, he's also greater than the angels, because he had an option to take on the form of an angel. He said he didn't take on angels. He took on the seed of Abraham. So who and what was he before that? Obviously he was here. Just with that one saying right there, for truly he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. Can you show me any other prophet where when anybody spoke concerning that prophet, they said things like this? Prophet Zechariah, he didn't take on him the nature of angels. He took on him the seed of Abraham. And I'm going to show you that that's talking about the man who some like to call Jesus Christ. Most Hebrews call him Yahshua. Some call him Yahushua. Go to in the same chapter. Read from verse 10. No, 9. But we see, I'm going to say the name that's it, Jesus. But we see Jesus, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor. But he, by the grace of Yah, or God, should taste death for every man. For it became him, for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons into glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering. Now verse 10, he say, for it became him, for whom are all things, and by whom are all things. He created everything, in other words. And it became him to be made lower than angels, to take on the seed of Abraham. If he was just a man, an ordinary guy, like how a lot of these drunk like a lot of you drunk Hebrews like to sit up there and say, well then how come it's saying things like this, which will put him greater than just an ordinary guy, putting him on a level greater than angels? He didn't take on that. He had an option to take on either the form of angels, or he could have took on the seed of Abraham. And we know what he took on. He took on the seed of Abraham. And if he was just a man, what other prophet do you know came saying, before Abraham was, I am? If he was just an ordinary guy, what prophet you know talk like that? Oh, Abraham rejoiced to see your day. They couldn't see it back then. That's why they picked up stones to stone him. And y'all the children of those people from back in the day who picked up rocks to stone him. You ain't nothing but 30 years old. And you not even 50 years old. And you saying you was before Abraham. Because they didn't realize that he's not flesh and blood. That he's greater than flesh and blood and even the angels. In fact, we just read that he created everything. And by whom was all things. What you got to say now? Oh, that part is not to be considered. Those various points that you pointed out, we can't take that. Man wrote that, man tampered with the book. So now you blaspheming the word when you take that type of stance. Boy, I tell you, but I understand, because the Most High made y'all drunk. He made everybody drunk, actually. He's just allowing me to sober up a little bit. But study that and see what you come up with.